Hi.
Hello, how are you doing? It's been a while.
Fine, yeah. It's been a crazy time.
How's it?
Yeah.
I'm happy you're here.
Huh?
I'm happy you're
Oh,
here.
thank you. Thank you.
Just wait a few minutes. Oh, hey, puppy. Okay, Catherine, whenever you want to play the video, we could start.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just bear with me 1 second. The video.
Yep, no worries.
Thank you.
ConnecTogether creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, ConnecTogether, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative, Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobby Seal-Kobisky, Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson, Friday Rotating Dance Classes hosted by Janice Lawrence and Joanne Cuff, and other initiatives including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's Growable program and our Perspective series.
Our next Accessible Community Forum is on accessible education. Be part of the conversation on November 18th from 1 to 3 p.m. as we discuss the current accessible education climate in BC. Register today at accessibleeducationacf.eventbrite.ca.
Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at ConnecTogether Society.
Thanks, Catherine. All right, we'll just wait till oh, there we go. Awesome. All right, everybody, welcome. It's Thursday. My name is Megan. I think I know everybody in here, though. For those of you that are not in the meeting and you're viewing from Facebook, my name is Megan. I'm with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. And today we're going to be working out and focusing on rotations and rows. So lots of pulls, rotating the body. And because of that, we're going to start with some breathing today. I find that when we rotate, well, fact is when you rotate and you engage your trunk muscles and or use your breathing, you can actually get more range. So we're going to be focusing on a bit of that belly breath, belly work, breathing, and then trying to integrate that into some of our rotation work today, okay? So we're just going to be using 3 of our probably most common pieces of equipment. So number one is going to be a band and or bands. I will be doing a few exercises with the bands. Some are going to require a little bit lighter resistance. Others are going to require, if you want, a little heavier resistance, because our back muscles tend to be a lot, they tend to be a lot more strong than our little shoulder stabilizers that we're going to be working. So if you have a few bands on standby, go ahead and have them near you. Once again, if you need any grip assistance, you might want to consider looping your bands ahead of time, like right now when I'm talking, so that you just have nice, easy loops, and then you can just put them through your hand like so, or even on your wrist. Okay, so whatever works best for you. We're going to be using some type of a weight. So I know not all of us have dumbbells at home, and that's okay, but something weighted. I know a lot of you like to use soup cans. I've seen someone use wine bottle, which is awesome. A piece of like a grapefruit, like anything you want. Doesn't have to be crazy heavy. Obviously, if you're used to lifting more weights, you might want to have a little bit of weight here. This is a 3 pound. I probably wouldn't go more than like 3 to 5 pounds today. Okay. So if you just need one. So if you have something like that, that would be great. And then last but not least, we're going to be using our trusty dowel. Okay. So it has to be longer than the width of your shoulders. Okay. And definitely something easy to hold. If you find your dowel is slippery, you can always add some gloves, something like that, just to give you a bit more grip. Okay, and then we're going to use our beautiful bodies. So those 4 pieces of equipment, go ahead and sit upright to start. So basically, if you can get away from the back of your chair, that's great. That also can include you putting something behind your back, if it's accessible to you, and just propping yourself up a little taller than normal. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a bender ball. It's just the closest thing to me. It could be a rolled up towel. It could be a pillow. Yoga block works really well, whatever you have. Okay, so get that spine nice and long, sit nice and tall. We're going to have our feet flat on the floor and or foot plates. And I'm going to invite you to shut your eyes. You don't have to, but if you are comfortable with it, if you don't have your screen on, no one can see you. Okay, and we're going to shut our eyes here, and let's just put our hands on our belly. So both hands on the belly. Okay, getting that nice tall posture, and we're just going to do some easy breathing. So when I say easy breathing, I shouldn't be able to hear you. Okay, so we're just nice and easy, nice and slow. Big inhale through the belly. And then when you're ready, you're going to take an exhale, trying to breathe through the nose. And then we're going to repeat that 10 times. And exhale through the nose. Okay. I'm not going to count out loud because I want you to just go at your own pace. So just count for yourselves, and then we'll meet up at 10. Trying to get nice and slow with that breath. Slowing it down a little more than you would normally breathe. This can be really good for grounding, getting the heart rate down, being present in our bodies. Try and not let that chest rise and fall. So really focusing on feeling your belly expand against your hands. Finishing it up here soon, probably at your last 2 to 4 or so. Okay, so we're going to add on to that. Open your eyes if you'd like, just to watch me. So that was easy belly breathing in and out, no big deal. Now we're going to add a bit of core. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this down a little bit so y'all can see. So now when we do the exhale, I want us to be a little more active. So instead of just letting everything sink in towards your midline, I actually want you to actively draw your belly button in as if you were going to hit your spine. So on the exhale, so inhale. And then exhale, it's like someone behind you has a string behind your belly button. Exhale, and we're drawing everything in. So against your hands, you should feel a little bit of a tightening happening, okay? And it might take you a few reps to understand this, because this is, if we're not used to activating our core, this can be kind of tough. So we're going to do a round of 10, okay? And if you want to shut your eyes again, that's fine. Sometimes that helps us get into our bodies even more. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale, and think of that drawing in of your belly button. Okay, and once again, I won't count. We're just going to let everybody kind of work at their own pace, but we're going to end up all together at 10 reps at the end. Sometimes it's hard to do this without a big audible exhale. Okay, so reminder, we shouldn't have to exhale a lot or hard or intensely. It should just be a really easy drawing in. So that's what we're trying to get here. And we're probably about halfway. Okay, almost there. Starting to finish it up. And ending up about there. Good. Open those eyes. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to apply that to a bit of a twist here. So typically I guide everybody when we do our twist. We're bringing our hands to one side, and we're going to use I use my leg, but you can use like your arm rest, something like that, to leverage yourself to get a little bit more of a rotation. So I want everybody to come into that position right now. I'm just going to set a timer. We're going to be here for 30 seconds. And I just want you to breathe like you just were. Okay, so here we go. We're on the clock. Coming up on that 30. Okay, so now on this exhale, as you do your exhale, you're going to draw the belly button in, that same belly button cue, and I want you to try and rotate even more. So we're inhaling, and now on that exhale, and rotate even more. Good. Hold this for 20 seconds. Still doing that breath pattern. 3, 2, 1 big last inhale or exhale, and unwind that. Good. Did anybody feel like you could go a bit more? Hopefully we could. Yeah, I saw some nods. Awesome. Okay, we're going to repeat that other side. So just regular, grab your armrest or your leg. Remember, we're not wiggling in the hips, so it's just rotating from the trunk. Exhale, and then start your breathing, looking over your shoulder. 30 seconds here. Okay, we're not twisting more yet. We're just getting that breath going. A medium twist, where you would be doing regardless of our breathing, just kind of where your body settles first. Okay, and now you're going to take a big inhale. And now exhale, draw the belly button in and rotate another inch on that exhale. And we're here for 20 seconds. Looking over your shoulder, same breath pattern. And slowly unwind that. Awesome. I know when I feel that, I can get a lot more of my spine rotating. So we're getting a lot more in the upper back or middle back and not just in our trunk. So that's really awesome. Okay, into our cat-cows that we all know so well. We're going to tuck our chin, rolling down through the spine. Okay, so I just saw a few new names pop on, so just follow along. Slowly roll back down. Inhale or exhale at the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to lead with your spine. So lead with your spine to roll up. You can even use your hands on your thighs to walk yourself up. Your chin is the last thing to come up. And then we're going to take our hands behind us on something hard and lift your heart up to the ceiling. Reach your shoulder blades down and back and expose your throat. So our eyes are up, chin is up to the ceiling as best as you can. And deep breath at the top here. And back to neutral. We're going to do that again, tucking the chin. We have 5 today. All the way down. Okay, rolling all the way down, looking back past your legs, looking through your legs to the back to the chair legs, or maybe to the scooter bottom, wheelchair wheels, whatever it is that's behind you. Slowly roll up. Okay, using your hands if you need to, rolling back up. Hands come behind you or to a surface that's hard. Shoulders roll back. Lift your heart up to the ceiling. Squeeze those shoulder blades. So there's a lot of activity happening in your back and your upper back. Neck nice and long, and take a deep breath here. And we're doing 3 more, folks. Here we go. Big inhale and exhale, tucking the chin. Rounding in the spine. Slowly rolling down. And take a deep breath. And slowly coming back up, using your hands if you need, otherwise using your trunk muscles to roll up. Hands go behind you, shoulder blades in your back pockets. Reach your heart to the ceiling and lift. Deep breath here. And awesome, we're going to do 2 more, everybody. Tucking that chin. Remember, if I'm going too fast for you, you can just slow it down and go at the pace that's best for you. You don't have to be exact. I'm just finding a medium pace so that everybody can kind of gauge where they should be roughly. Slowly rolling up after your breath. I do recommend not doing this move too quick though, because sometimes if we move too fast from being head down below our hips and up, we can get lightheaded. So just make sure it's not too quick, where we can still feel good about it in our bodies. Deep breath here, in or out, and then we're doing 1 more, everyone. Tucking that chin, awesome, all the way down. Slowly rolling, deep breath at the bottom, in or out. And slowly rolling up. This is our last one of the day. Okay, hands behind you or on that hard surface. Last extension. I love ending these on extensions. Really big stretch, heart up to the ceiling. Squeeze those shoulder blades and expose that throat. Big deep breath here. Last one. And coming back to neutral. Good. All right, right into shoulder rolls. Hands are just hanging. I'm getting warm now. Shoulder rolls coming forward. All the way forward. 2, 3, 4. Good. And 5, 6 for 10. And awesome. Other way, going backwards. 1 and 2. Not sure if anyone else got the memo. Doreen and I did. It's Wear Gray Day. And awesome. Good. Okay, we're going to reach all the way up and over. So hand goes up and over. We want to expose our armpit to the ceiling. I'm going to put my elbow or hand on something to support my side. Reach, nice big side body. Good. Armpit to the ceiling. We want to avoid collapsing like this. And then up and over other side. We're trying to make a nice big shape in space. So big reaches, big reaches up and over. Big inhale or exhale here. Good. And other way. So think of that breathing we did at the beginning today. See if we can implement that throughout the whole workout. Okay, this is just warm up, so it's a little easier to implement, but when we start moving quicker or we start moving under and we're under load, we start to, well, to be honest, breathing is usually the first thing to go out the window. So we want to really try and think, how can I implement that while I'm doing these more challenging movements? And warm up is a really good place to start. Deep breath. Awesome. We're going to do one more. And all the way over. Oh, I got a crack out of my spine on that one. And awesome, good. Okay, hands are gonna go straight out to the sides. Feet are still flat on the floor. Spread those fingers nice and wide as best as you can, and then give yourself a nice big hug. And we're gonna repeat this other side. So what that means, other hand on top, hug. And good. And hug. And good. And hug. And open. Nice. Four more, everybody. 2 and 3. Last one. Keep holding yourself here. Let's see that big exhale and rotate. And I know I said don't do it through your mouth. I'm just kind of showing you when the exhale is. So exhale through the nose here. Good. Back to center. Inhale, exhale. Try and really rotate. Remember, we're not wiggling the hips, so your feet shouldn't leave the floor. Try not cheat subconsciously by scooching the feet to rotate more. We want to rotate from the belly button. And exhale, good. I know that makes it harder, but now we're rotating in the right area. And good. Bring those hands out. Last time, tiny little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Reverse it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're repeating this one more time. Reverse it. 1, 2. You're almost there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other way. Last time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's get to it. Awesome, everybody. Okay, we are going to start with a single arm bent over row. So go ahead and grab your dumbbell. Okay, if you are somebody that needed your hands to roll yourself up and walk yourself up on in the cat-cow, you may want to have some type of support at your chest so that we can hinge forward and keep a nice long spine. What I don't want to see is a rounded back like we did in the cat-cow. Okay, so if you don't have a hinge practice, or maybe you're like, what's a hinge practice? Maybe it's your first day here. Then I would maybe bring something, ball, pillow, towel, whatever, and just let your chest or sternum rest on that object. Okay, we're going to have the one weighted object, whatever you're using, down at the floor in your hand. Okay, we're here. We can either have our hand for support here on an armrest, down low, or you can have nothing and just have the hand down, eyes on the floor, and we're going to do a row with one hand. So we're driving that elbow down and back, squeezing under that armpit. Okay, so I will show without the object if that's the case. Belly button drawing in, nice hinge, which means we're keeping a nice long spine. Here we go. We're going to do 15 on each side. 3, 2, and 1. Row and down, keeping that chest nice and lifted. Your eyes can stay on the floor, so nobody should really be looking at the monitor right now. Okay, 5, unless you have no idea what's going on, then feel free to check me out. But otherwise, our necks are nice and long in the back. Exhale, we're doing high reps today. Last 5, 2, 3 and 4, last one, and 5. Beautiful. Come on up, switch. Okay, if you, I didn't give this other alternative, but if you're somebody that has really good trunk stability and you want to do both hands at the same time with weights, go for it. But today I'm going to be demonstrating with single arm just because it's more of an option for it. It applies to more people that are going to be watching. Okay, so if you want to do both hands, go for it. Here we go, other side. Okay, lift that chest up. Nice hinge practice here, eyes on the floor. Driving that elbow down and back. And I want you to think like we're squishing that armpit of that side we're rowing. And 4, keep that breath going. Remember the breath at the beginning. If you're not thinking of 900 other things, I want you to think of engaging the abdominals on that exhale and slowing it down. Okay, last 5 here. 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. Beautiful. Go ahead and come on up. Okay, we are going to grab your band. Palms are going to go up. Elbows are in at the ribs. If you're wondering which band to grab, I would recommend your lightest band. Unless it's crazy light and you've done this before, then pick whatever. But if you're new and you're not sure what we're doing, grab your lighter band. Elbows are going to be in at the rib cage. And thumbs are pointing outwards, just like we're hitchhiking out to the sides. Okay, so this move, even though it looks like it's coming from my arms or my hands, we actually want to think of leading with the muscles that are right in between our shoulder blades. So think of that area. That's what's leading the movement. Squeeze those shoulder blades, and that should move the arms open. So a similar feeling to what we did in your cat-cow on the extension portion. Okay, so there's a reason why we have all these warm-up pieces. They all come into play. Okay, we're going to aim for 15 today, but I do know that these are a little more challenging muscle groups for a lot of us. So if that is the case, do 8 to 10. Okay. Breathing. Okay, we should be feeling work in that posterior of the back. So right between those shoulder blades, maybe a little bit on the outside of the shoulders even coming down here. That external rotators, that's fine too. Last couple. And done. Good. Okay, grab your dowel. We are going to add a third exercise, so it's a little longer of a circuit today. We are going to be doing kayaks, which we're all familiar with, but instead of going right from one side to the other side, we're actually going to take an overhead press. So we're one, and then overhead. And then I want you to go back the same way. So we go back the same way we went. Overhead press, go back the same way. 2 and 3, okay? This is going to be for 1 minute. If you're like, oh my gosh, going back the same way, that's like way too much, don't worry about it and just keep going in the same circular motion, okay? I just would rather us move than be caught up in the pattern. If you've done these with me multiple times, I do want you to challenge yourself and try going back and forth, right and left, okay? Here we go, 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, and here we go. And breathing. Remember that breath we did at the very beginning? I'm going to keep reminding you today. I'm going to be that annoying little bird chirping in everyone's ear. Breath, breath, breath. Make sure you stretch your elbows right at the top so the arms are straight. Nice, everybody. We are just halfway. No wiggle parties in those hips, which means the hips are still, feet are planted on the floor or your foot plates. No movement in the lower body. All the rotation is in the belly button height, just like we warmed up. 10 seconds. Speed it up if it feels good and your pattern is like nailed. Otherwise, maintain this for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, we're going to do a timed rest today, 30 seconds, and then we're doing all of that again. So bent over single arm row with a dumbbell. Okay, external shoulder rotation with a light band, palms up, and then kayaks to overhead press. Okay, so get a sip of water. The chat is here if anybody has any questions or concerns. Also, just a side note, I just saw that Catherine posted at the beginning. So that last little tagline on the video today about the education, accessibility and education, if you want to sign up for that, she did send the link in the chat. So if you're interested in that, that is a new event coming up. Go ahead and just click on that link and you'll get information from there. All right, let's get to it. So I am going to start with my other arm this time, simply because I don't have a leading arm. So if you don't have an arm that's like doing a lot better than the other, or it's maybe not affected by something more than the other, then go ahead and alternate your starting arm. If you know that you're very, very dominant in one side, I really want you to start with that side again. Okay, here we go. So getting your support if you need it. Otherwise, we're tipping forward, nice long in the back of the neck. Eyes are on the floor. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Elbow drives down and back. Okay, really important here, that position of the spine. We don't want to be rounding in the back. We can't access these muscles if that's happening. And even if that means using your hand. So if you need your other hand to support you, to keep that nice long spine, by all means, take it. This is 4 for 15. Do what you can. Nice slow breath. Draw the belly button in. And awesome. Good. Switch. Tipping forward. Here we go. Or using your support. 3, 2, and 1. Drive that elbow back. Six. Feel that shoulder blade gliding along your back. Squeeze the middle, right where a blueberry would be, right in between your shoulder blades. So every row, that's what we're aiming for. 5, counting down. 3, this is a tough position to stay in. Hang in there. And 1, good. Okay, come on up. Nice. Hopefully that's working out for everybody. So external shoulder rotation with the band. Palms up. Okay, elbows are locked in. Chest is lifted. Here we go. 3, 2, leading with that little area behind the shoulder blades. 1, opening and bring it in. Okay, one big mistake I see with people doing this, very common, is that we are in a bicep curl position and we're doing this. Okay, it's like you're holding a tray of food. So the tray, it would spill on you if we're here. Okay, so the hands are parallel to the floor. Okay, and that's a common one because the biceps want to kick in and help you do the movement, and that's what we don't want. Okay, most of our biceps are doing pretty good. They're just pretty tight. Okay, we want to hit these muscles that are going to help support your shoulders a lot better. Okay, 10 to 15 if you can. If you find that it's too easy, go ahead and move your hands in. If it's too challenging, you move your hands out. Okay, last 3, 2, abdominals drawing in. Don't forget that breath. And 1, okay. Coming back to our kayaks with an overhead press. If you are somebody, I'll just put this out there. If you're somebody that has overhead pain, so if this doesn't feel good or it starts to get really fatigued, just take out the overhead and you're just going to do kick kayaks, okay? If you don't have like an injury pain or it's just getting really hard, but it's just feeling fatigue, then I would want you to challenge yourself and keep trying. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1 minute, and we're off. Go back the way you came. So I'm going left, right, overhead, back to right, right, left, overhead, back to left, right. Nice, everybody. Really rotating, using your belly button like we've been doing the whole time, practicing that nice rotation that we've really warmed up. Okay, you're over halfway. Keep going, everybody. If this feels good, let's pick up the pace a little bit. If you're still working on the pattern, keep focusing on that pattern. You're doing awesome. If you're starting to fatigue and you don't think you can make it to the end, keep going. You got it. You have 5 seconds. And that is time. Awesome, everybody. Okay, another 30-second timed rest. And then we're doing this just one more time. So getting your dumbbell ready, getting your sip of water. If you started on alternate sides with your row, just pick any side to start on for this 3rd round. Okay. All right, that was your 30 seconds. Here we go. So hinging forward, nice long spine. Use your hand for support if you need it. Shoulders are square. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Last 5 here, everybody, if you're going for 15. Squeezing that shoulder blade, squish that armpit. Keep that chest lifted. And awesome, good. Okay, switching sides. Last time today, everybody. Hinging forward. And 3, show off that necklace. 2, and 1. Okay, last 5. 4, and 5. Awesome, you're done with that. Put the weight aside. Okay, last time with your double shoulder external rotation. Okay, lifting that chest, elbows in at the rib cage. Think of that little spot in between your shoulder blades. Thumbs hitchhiking out to the sides. 3, 2, and 1. Hands are parallel. So it's like you're holding a tray of food. We don't want to spill it on ourselves. Last 5 here, everybody. Breathing. Remember that breath from the beginning. I told you I'd bug you about it. Sometimes we all need reminders, including myself. And 1 more. And awesome. Done with those. Set that aside. Okay, last time with these kayaks, I highly recommend keeping the overhead because that's our only overhead position we're doing today. So if you can do it, let's do it. Getting ready. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm going a little quicker. You don't have to, but if everything's feeling good and you have the pattern of going back from left, right, I highly recommend you speed it up a little bit. Feet flat, no wiggle parties in the hips, and focusing on that breath. Excellent, everybody. We are just halfway there now. Last time with this today. Do your best. Give it your all. Everything you have to give in this moment. That's all I'm asking. It doesn't have to be your best ever. It's whatever you have in this moment today. I am going to hit my PC if I keep doing this and not look. Okay, last 8 seconds. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and you are done with those today. Awesome. Good, everybody. Okay, get a little sip of water. You're done with the dowel. We're going to go back to the band, but I would like you to grab, if you have it, a thicker band. Okay, so now we're going to do a horizontal row, and we're going to do 2 arms at the same time. So how I typically like to do this is just putting 1 foot or getting 1 leg and extending it out in front of you, and then looping your band around the foot. So it's just going to be looped like this. You can do both feet if you want. You could do 1 foot. I know some of you have home gyms set up, so if you'd rather use your band at the door on the anchor and just grab the band ends, that's obviously great. Okay, but we're using our body as equipment and anchoring, so therefore grab your foot. Okay, thicker band typically because these are going to be stronger muscle groups. If you only have 1 band, that's fine. Just use what you have. Okay, that's also great. Chest is lifted, eyes across the room. Okay, and you're going to think of driving the elbows down and back. Same movement we did with the dumbbell, but now we're horizontal and we're doing both hands. So it is a bit of a different row because we're in a different position. And now we're trying to work both shoulder blades and all those little shoulder stabilizers at the same time. It's good to switch it up. It's good to do single or what we call unilateral, but also good to do both. Okay, our rep range is still 15. And last 5 here. Really keeping that tall posture. If you need the backrest of your chair, that's fine. Okay, you might want to prop yourself up. If you don't need the backrest, I do need you to be as tall as possible. And done. Good. Awesome. Okay. This time we are going to do something with the weight that you have. Okay. So this is going to be, well, you may not want to use weight, but if your weight is like on the lighter side, so like below 3 pounds, probably okay to just use your weight. Okay. If I told you to get a weight that's a little heavier, you might just want to use like a pillow or something. And I apologize for not saying that at the beginning of this class, but it's just in case this is too heavy. So I'll show what we're doing and then you can decide. But essentially take your weighted object and just hold it whatever's comfortable. It could be like this, it could be like this, whatever, okay? We're gonna be chopping, but I'm gonna teach the chop a little different today. At the end of the chop, I want us to actually rotate with it. So sometimes the chops I teach are anti-rotational, where we're keeping our chest and shoulders square. Today, I want us to actually chop and rotate with the object. So if everybody can see that, I'm trying to take my trunk with the movement. It's like I'm chopping something from high and then down to my hip or the rim of my chair, okay? If this isn't good for you or this is like, so heavy, then your chop can start at the ear. You can be here at the ear and rotate over, okay? Your call. This one's only going to be 10 on each side, okay? Here we go. So nice and tall, find your height, whether it's here or up here. Exhale and rotate. Come on back. And again, exhale, rotate. This one's a lot harder to keep the elbow, or sorry, the hip bones still. So think of keeping those hips nice and still. Halfway. Exhaling on that rotation. And 3 more. Last one. Good. Other side. Linda, this is a good example of another variation of a chop, because I know we've been working on chops. Just heads up. Okay, other side. So either at the ear or above. Exhale, rotating with it. Good. Okay, when we're rotating, watch we don't fall forward. I don't want to see this. Try and stay tall. You're just rotating, okay? Easier said than done, 100%. I understand. That's why these are challenging. 2 more. And relax. Whew, good. All right, take a little break, little sip of water, and then we're going to repeat these. Depending on how you did with the chop, if it felt good and you weren't falling forward and it felt challenging, then you're probably in the right spot. If you were falling forward with the weight you chose, we might want to lighten the weight up a little bit. Okay. If you don't have anything heavy to use and it's feeling pretty easy for you, then maybe you want to add more reps and just really think of rotating and exhaling on that rotation. Okay. Okay, we're going back to our row. So band around the feet. Sip of water if you need it real quick, and then we're going to get started. Okay, this is our last round. Here we go. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders rolling back, eyes forward, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Think of getting taller with every row you do. And good, coming up on 15 here. 2 more. And awesome, good. Okay, you're done with the band today. Set that aside. Okay, same rule as before. If you have a very, very dominant side, go ahead and start with that side first. It would feel like the easier side, typically. If you don't, go ahead and switch what you did last time. Okay, here we go. Nice and tall. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, rotate. Nice, everybody. Use that breath. This is your biggest chance to coordinate that exhale with that rotation. Last time. And awesome. Take a little second. Other side. This will be your last one today. Here we go. So feet planted, no wiggles in the hips. Get that arm up. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Even as you rotate and chop, the crown of the head is getting taller. One more. And exhale. Awesome. Nice, everybody. Okay, so that concludes our workout today. Rows and rotations. I hope that we were all able to kind of feel and get a little more warmth in the trunk muscles. A lot of core today, actually. And just see what that feels like and how important a warm up and breathing can be for our workouts. So I hope that you enjoyed that. It is recorded for those of you that I'm not seeing familiar names for some of us. So if you're not sure, these are all recorded and posted on the Connector website and Facebook page. So you can go back and do these again at your leisure. Thank you, Linda. Thanks for coming. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Bring your friends. We always want more people into this class. This helps us with funding so that we can continue it. So if you have friends, family, anyone, disability or not, bring them. It's the more the merrier. Okay, and if you have any questions, I'll be on for another few minutes and answer those if you have them. Otherwise, thanks again.